as usual, welcome back to the show. For today's episode, I'm going to focus on a game from Vanillaware. It's a really cool developer. In fact, this whole month will be known, or the rest of the month will be known as Vanillaware Month. So this first game of the month I'm going to do is a underrated Wii gem known as Muramasa the Demon Blade for the Nintendo Wii, of course. This, as you can see by the artwork on the case here, it's pretty cool, and even the back art is pretty cool. And the game looks kind of like this, as you'll see in the review. It's really cool. It has a style all its own, and it's really fun. And also, as I'll mention in the review, it did get a release on the PlayStation Vita as Muramasa Rebirth, but I'm going to stick with the Wii version for this review. Well, anyway, let's roll those fancy credits and get on to the action, shall we? First off, let me just come out right and say, this game is like playing art. I swear, like every time when I go into a new level or a new area, like I am just awed at like the background. Like it could either be wheat swaying in the wind, or I'll be near an ocean and you can see the waves come in. And don't get me, those bosses are cool. It's cool. Like you can see as you can see in my gameplay footage here, I think I'm fighting in one of my boss fights. I'm fighting a one-eyed monk or one-eyed boss. And then let me see, I think there's another one where I'm fighting this really big wheel with a face in between that. And that is insane. And it is just awesome. This game is just flat out awesome. Anyway, sorry about that. I just had to say that. But anyway, this game, Muramasa, was designed by Vanillaware and released by, I think, Marvelous or one of those. But anyway, it was Vanillaware is a really awesome game developer, I think. They've also made Odin Sphere for the PS2, as well as Dragon's Crown for the PS3 and PlayStation Vita. And actually, this game also is on the PlayStation Vita as Muramasa Rebirth. And it's really awesome. Everything is hand-drawn, and it just flat out looks awesome. But anyway, I should probably tell you some important stuff. Well, anyway, what's cool is basically, as you can see, I think it's kind of like a hack and slasher or something. I think it's kind of like a hack and slasher meets with some RPG elements, because as you go, your weapons are swords, and along the way you can forge new weapons as you collect soul and I think spirit power, and also you can also do some cooking as well, which is really neat. Along the way, you'll find cooking ingredients, as well as cookbooks, where you can add more recipes to your repertoire. And I know I just butchered that there. But what's cool is, different food you cook can give you benefits, or not. But they usually give you health, some spirit, and maybe some benefits. And also the swords you can do, those swords have special abilities as well. So like one could be like turning into like a whirling cyclone, or another one could surround you with flame that can take down enemies, stuff like that. Also, what I find cool is I don't think there's any English spoken. This is all from my playthroughs. This is basically a Japanese speaking game. So like, the menus and stuff are in English, but for the cutscenes and stuff, everything is in Japanese with English subtitles, which is pretty cool. And truthfully, I don't really mind there's not an English option. Yeah, I really enjoyed this game nonetheless. It's kind of like watching like a foreign movie like that. It's pretty neat. And anyway, for the heroes of the story, the one of them is, I think, I hope I'm not butchering this too much, Kisuke, I don't know. But anyway, he's apparently a ninja who's lost his memory. But apparently everybody else knows what he's done because they sure want to take him down. And the other playable character is, I don't know, I might butcher this again here, Momohime, I don't know, I want to call her Momohime. And I know I'm butchering that right there. But she's a female character, and I guess she's been possessed by an evil or so presence who, I don't know, so she's been possessed. And there are times when that evil presence leaves her body temporarily, but usually forces its way back in. But I guess both of those storylines, you play through the storylines to the resolution. So that's pretty cool. And also in this game, there's also hot springs. Along the way, like you'll find these monkeys that'll take you to hot springs. And what's cool is that is basically the only way you can run into the other playable character is for the hot springs. And if I might note, in this game, if you play as Momohime, it's interesting because both characters appeared without Sans clothing. So Momohime basically has this towel on her front side, but don't worry, it doesn't show anything. And I was kind of considering doing this review because I try to keep these somewhat kid friendly. So if you do get this game, and this game is rated T for teen, but don't worry, Momohime doesn't really show much else. It's basically it's done kind of tastefully, so she's not just like that. But still, though, that's about the only if you're a parent looking for a game like that, that's why. And I just thought I'd make you aware of that. And I think I might have shown the footage of Kisuke with his little I don't know, his underwear, or who knows, but yeah, so if you are getting this game for a younger, this game shouldn't be gotten for too young of an audience. So this thought I'd throw it out there. But anyway, otherwise, it's a fantastic game. It's really fun. And also, I believe once you finish the game as your character, I guess when I hear it, you can even forge more swords, which is just insane. But I could be wrong though about that. Anyway, this game to me does have light RPG elements because as you fight enemies, you get experience and you level up. And it's cool as as you level up, it helps you to get better swords and stuff like that. But it doesn't really bang you over the head with it. And I don't know if it makes a difference, but it is cool though. It's not, it's pretty cool that they add that in there, which is neat. Anyway, you've probably heard enough of me gushing about this awesome game for the art style and the voiceover work and all that fun stuff. Anyway, if you're looking to try and pick this up, I think this game still is out in the wild. It still is out in the wild, of course, but I don't think it's that expensive. I don't think it's gone up in price too much. And also, if you don't have a Wii, even though this does play on the Wii U in Wii mode, if you don't have a Wii or Wii U, but if you have a PlayStation Vita, this game is available for the PlayStation Vita. And it's cool since the PlayStation Vita is more of an HD portable. You can play it. And it looks a bit better, and it's still just as awesome as the Wii game. I got my Muramasa for the. Let's see here, my Muramasa for the Vita for about $15 or $18, I think. It wasn't too expensive. But yes, but please, if you see this, and if you have the right console for it, please pick this up. You will not be disappointed. So of course, my recommendation scale is highly recommended. Pick this gem of a game up and slicey through things. And as I usually say, if you live in or around South St. Paul, Minnesota, or the Twin Cities, Minnesota metro area in particular, please visit my good friends at Level Up Games. I think I have the picture of their store location up here somewhere, and the address and website down below. So please give them a shot and give them a visit if you're around the area. Besides games, they also have collectible card games such as Magic, as well as varied tabletop games. And heck, if you like pinball, they have pinball. How cool is that? And of course, as I mentioned, this stuff is around here. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, cool. And if you're seeing this on YouTube and you like what you see, and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And also, I also have a Twitter feed and an Instagram as well, and that stuff's down below as well. Hello. Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for another episode of Power Up.
ほっこりといい塩梅にゆだったぜ。地獄も極楽もこの世にあるとはよく言ったもん。